Okay, so we're doing now part 2, Basi Legani, Tafshin Chav Gimel, 1963. And we learned yesterday, we spoke about the Milchama, the war, that we have a war, we're fighting a war every day, spiritual war. And in order to win the war, just like a king, in order to win a war, is going to do everything. He's going to spend all of his treasures in order to win the war. And the treasures that his parents hid, nobody saw those treasures. The same thing is, in order to win this war, to bring Hashem, the war of fighting the battle right here in this world, to bring godliness into this world, because ultimately that's what Hashem wants. Hashem wants to have a dirah. He wants to have a home right here in Betachtanim, in this low world. In order to win this war, Hashem gives us the otzarot, the treasures. Now, what is the treasure of Hashem? What is the otzarot? What is the otzar that no one saw? The otzar, the treasure, the hidden treasures that no one saw. So now this, we have to understand, this part of the Maamar is going to be deep. It's going to be discussing the deep concept in Chassidut, in Kabbalah. But we're going to try to explain it as much as possible to bring it down so we can understand what we're talking about. So, says the Rebbe, the Rebbe talks, explains the previous Rebbe's Maamar. The previous Rebbe starts to explain that the oitzer, what is the treasure above? What is the otzar? What is the otzar? He says, Al pi Maamar tikunei zoya, oir ein sof lemailo ad ein kates or lemato ad ein tachlis. It says, it says in Tikunei Zohar, it says like this: Or Ein Sof, the light, the endless light of Hashem, is lemala, with above, without limits, and lemata, and below, down, with ad ein tachlit, without borders, without limits, without purpose, meaning to the ultimate bottom. And he explains, Kafi shemevayeh b'siyura hemshech, she'inyan ha'oitzer. And he brings briefly what is the previous Rebbe is telling us at the end of the Maamar. What is the oitzer? What is the treasure? Ultimately explains, when we're talking about the godliness, is that the godliness, the elokut, has to it the fact that it's above everything, and it comes down to the below, to the lowest of the low. And at the end, he explains, the Rebbe is telling you right now that in the end of the Maamar, you're going to know that what is the oitzer is what is above in the highest level. Whatever is above in the highest level, that is the oitzer, that is the treasure that Hashem plans to, he gives it to Pkidei HaChayil, to the generals of the army, as we said yesterday, the tzaddikim, the Rebbes, those who have the Yirat Shamayim, and also, but ultimately goes to the Pkidei HaChayil, to the regular soldiers. So that is the oitzer. That's what he's going to explain. However, but we have to understand that in order to understand this, we have to, in order to appreciate the lakut, in order to appreciate the godliness, we have to understand as much as we can humanly understand. Because when we study these concepts, the way Hasidus explains, it gives us another perspective, the way we look, the way we see the world. So it says, in order to appreciate what we say that Hashem Elokut is lemala de'ein ketz, without any limits, he first goes to explain what does it mean when we say that Hashem, the Or Ein Sof, is coming down below to the lowest levels. What does that mean? Umailu de lemato, shehu lemato ma'iyan do'irin sof lemalin kates. This concept that Hashem comes down to the lowest levels is in a lower grade, a lower level than what we're saying that Hashem is lemailo ad ein kates, that is above everything. Umailu de lemato dein tachlis, yuvana ilu de lemailo ad ein kates. When we will appreciate, what does it mean when we're saying that Hashem is here in the lowest level? When we will appreciate this, we will be able to appreciate what it means that Hashem is above everything. Okay? And in the chapter 12 that we learned last year, the previous Rebbe explains when we're saying that Hashem is lemata ad ein tachlis, that Hashem is the Or Ein Sof comes down to the lowest level, meaning that basically the ishtalshelus, the tavut olamot, meaning that the coming to being of everything what we see, this world, everything what we see. What do you see? What is this? Call it a mouse, yeah? What is it made from? What is it made from? It is Hashem coming every moment that Hashem creates that piece of plastic. If Hashem removes himself for a second, it's not going to be here. Everything in the world, Hashem lowers himself to come into physical beings, human beings, and that's what we explained last year in the Maamar. This is what the previous Rebbe explained in the Maamar that we learned yesterday, the chapter last year, the chapter 12 of the Maamar. Now the Rebbe goes to the chapter 13. As we said, every year the Rebbe elaborates, focuses on one chapter. And in chapter 13, again, it's a very deep concept. The Rebbe talks about the difference when we say that Hashem comes down here in this world. There is a way Hashem, there is the hit pashtut, the expansion, the spreading of the light of Hashem into this world, that Hashem comes down all the way to this world, that's one thing. But then there is also the gilui. Coming down here is one thing. Coming down here and being revealed here, that's a whole new thing. What does it mean? Hashem comes down here to this world is simple. Hashem creates everything that exists. Is this pashtus of Hashem. We are not self-existing. Hashem makes us exist. But there's also the gilui. And that's the amazing thing that what it focuses on this chapter is that Hashem comes down to the lowest levels and he comes down in a way that it's revealed. To give a little analogy to understand a little bit the difference is the different way when you teach something to a teacher teaches a student. There is one kind of student that will understand everything and he receives whatever the teacher tells him. Next day you ask him, what did you learn? He's going to repeat everything what the teacher says. He knows everything. This is the itpashtut. Itpashtut meaning whatever the teacher reached all the way down. But then there is also the gilui. Gilui perhaps is in a way, there's a kind of student that learns from the teacher, not only to be able to repeat it, but is also able to come up with new ideas. Based on what the teacher told you, now you internalize the idea so deep, so now you can come up with more ideas. Like I say, there is a difference between, in the Perkei Avot, it says, Bo sud she'eno me'abed tipa. There is like a pit that is plastered, that no drop goes away. Every drop is saved. And then there's another student that says that he was kema'ayana mitgaber. Ma'ayana mitgaber means a well that becomes, that draws more water on its own. So this is what is focusing here. saying that the amazing thing, the powerful thing, what we focus on, the fact that Zohar says that Or Ein Sof, that the light of Hashem, of Ein Sof, comes down all the way down here. It's not only that it comes down here, but it also revealed down here. It's also revealed. Another thing I heard an example from Mashpia, Rabbi Paltiel. He said, you know, when you have the fact that look at today, in this physical world, we live in a world. Some people know about God, some people don't know, and yet, even non-religious people, there's one mitzvah that even non-religious people, they will make sure to do. Which mitzvah is it? A mitzvah that even people who are not religious, they're doing. Now, which mitzvah? Brit Milah, circumcision. You go in Israel, and most people who say, they're against religion, comes to Brit Milah, they're going to do. Why? I mean, this is something painful for the baby, but they're going to do it. Why? This is something which is beyond. It's something, there's a gilui, there's a revelation here in this world, that they're doing something deeper. So that's what this says over here. He's talking about, he's explaining another thing. What does it mean that Hashem comes down lemata and down below until no limits? Not regarding the creation itself, it's about the expansion and the revelation of the light of Hashem in this world, in the lowest world. And this is the way the previous Rebbe says, lemata ad ein tachlis, koya la gilui, ve'ispashtus b'pchinas ein sof, ve'ein shir u'bli gvul mamesh ad lemata mata. It's talking about the espashtus of the Ein Sof, and it's revealed into the lowest level, in the bottom level and the lowest levels. This is what it means, the Zohar says. But or Ein Sof lemata ad ein tachlit, shehitpashtut ha'or, ubibchinat Ein Sof bli gvul klal. That the expansion, the diffusion of the light of Ein Sof is without any limits at all. Ad madriga ayoter mata ad kalashuna, until the lowest levels. V'hainu, says the Rebbe. She'ein hakavona rak sheyesh ribu ishtalshelus ad ein tachlis v'lachen nikra Ein Sof, which means to say it's not just the fact that there is so much ishtalshelut, meaning chain-like descent, because the creation of everything comes from the highest, from spiritual, to less and less and less and less spiritual through a chain-like descent. It goes down one level, just like a chain. The higher ring connects to the lower ring. And the same thing is in the spiritual world. Everything was descended from one world to the other world until this world became V'lachen nikra Ein Sof, and this is why it's called Ein Sof. אלא אפילו כפי שנמצא למטה, עדיין תכליס שם גופה באופן של אין סוף. But even, it's not only that there is endless creations, but it is creations that even the lowest levels of creation is, you can see the endlessness of the Ein Sof in the lowest creation. And he continues in the Maamar and says, שהשבח שאומרים על אור אין סוף שיכול לבוא בהספשטוס וגילוי, היינו לא רק הספשטוס, אלא גם גילוי למטה מטה דין תכלס. When we're saying, it says, what is the praise when we're saying that the Or Ein Sof, the endless light of Hashem, can be revealed in the lowest level? Ein הכוונה להספשטוס וגילוי באילום אין סוף, ואפילו באילום אצילוס. He doesn't mean that the praise of Hashem that is revealed in the higher spiritual world, because we know we have in the Kabbalah, it says there is a different spiritual worlds. It's called the Olam HaTzilut, Olam HaBriya, Olam HaYetzira, Olam HaAsiya. Generally speaking, there's the four spiritual worlds. In each world, there is godliness revealed on a greater level. The higher world, Atzilut, is only pure godliness. and lower. Bria is concealed the godliness. So when you're saying, but even though Olam Atzilut is a world where Hashem is revealed, it's still called Olam. It is still considered a world. What does it mean, Olam? The word Olam comes from the word He'elem, which means concealment. So even the Atzilut is also a kind of concealment. But yet it's a concealment because it has a definition of a world. He has sfirot, he has attributes. He'elem, to conceal. He'elem. So when you're saying, says the Rebbe, the previous Rebbe, when he says that it's revealed in Tachli, in the lowest levels, we're not talking about the world of Atzilut. That Hashem is revealed there, that's no big chidush, no big novelty. The af al pi sheberech or ein sof ari gam olamot ein sof ve'halachas kama v'kalma olam atzilus nikroim l'shem olamot mikol makom אי אפשר לומר שהשבח של ein sof ולמטה עדיין תכלס koyal al olam ein sof ve'olam atzilus. Because even though he says we have to understand that even the world of Atzilus is also considered olamot, is concealed compared to what comes before Atzilus. The higher levels of before Atzilus is much, much higher. So the Atzilus itself is also already in a way, it's already after the tzimtzum, after the contraction, and it's still in it. But nevertheless, you cannot say that the praise of Hashem, that Hashem is ein tachlit, refers to the world of Atzilus. Why? The Noelama is ein sof shelifne atzimtzum v'olam Atzilus the shomeira oiren sof begilo yarem kelim la'oiren sof. Because in the world of Atzilus, even though it's godliness, it is olamot. It is a world, and there was tzimtzum. But yet over there, it is considered a kli, a vessel that can contain the light of Hashem. And kelim le'orin sof. Liya is the gamma kelim arei hem elokus mamesh, because the kelim, the vessels, that they're also considered godliness itself. So there's no wonder that the light of Hashem is revealed there. Also, there's no wonder that in Atzilus, in this world, they can receive the light. Which means it's no wonder that the Oyer Sof can be spread there. It's also not a wonder that the light of Hashem not only spreads in Atzilus, but can also be revealed in Atzilus. That is no wonder. But in the lower worlds, world of Beria, Yetzira, and Asiya, in the lower worlds, when you say that there the Gilui of Hashem, the Or Ein Sof is revealed, that is a novelty. So I'm going to stop here, and we shall continue tomorrow with Hashem. You know, no questions, right? You understand everything. You understand. I understand nothing, but you. It's very, very deep. You heard the Shamat ala Musagim ala Atzilut, Bria, Tabakit Musagim. You know these terms? So this is the first time you hear these terms. Atzilut, Bria, Yetzirah. What? Bia, Abia. There is Abia, there is Bia, Yetzirah, Sia. The first time. Yeah, we can sit and talk and explain more. But, צריך להיות שם בארון, בין הדברים שנקרו. טוב? אז מה? Лучше нахас, I'll give you the Cohen. I'll give you a blessing. One second. Right. Thank you. Because of you, also get surprised.
האמת לא, כי נראה לי שאתה צריך תעודה מספיק חשוב. אני לא צריך ללמוד את תעודה, אבל אני מתעודה. שבדעות, לא, בעצם זה חשוב צריך ללמוד את הספורט. נכון מה שאלה, דבר שאלה, אבל יכול להיות שזה כמו שאז שלמה בקשות שלא צריך, יכול שגם זה עוד צריך, אז יש לך מספר משהו? של מסעדות שכונה?
לא, אפשר לשבל מסעדות שאפשר... לא,
צריך, השאלה צריך לבדוק אם הם רוצים דווקא טוב בשביל חשוב.
זה יותר מדי דווקא...
אני מעדיף את קשור כי יש לזה זה. אבל שאר הדברים, מה זה? יש לך משהו, כל שלב, ואני מתן.